It seems like every single OTK person was getting viewbotted, right? Since Twitch's bot crackdown, Tectone and Lydia Violet's viewers have halved. Asmongold's viewers have dropped by 20,000. Their bot accusations to OTK and the Austin crew. Lydia Violet, why do we know this person? Do we know this person? Or is this just a stream that I've seen on Twitch when she was in a cute bot show with you? Oh, she hung out with Melina, that's why. Is this showing that her average viewers went from 6,000 to 3,000? Does she normally stream for 3 hours? I should just look this up. I can do this myself. When did the viewbots go down, supposedly? 2 to 3 days ago? See, it's hard because she's also doing content that she doesn't normally do here, right? This is, what is the red IRL? She normally does other stuff. I don't know how much that matters. Let's see, we've got Ms. Kiff. Wait, do we know the exact day that they went down? Like, do we know that for sure? 2 to 3 days ago? That means no. 2-3 days ago. Were they like a bunch of different ones that went down like over the course of a few hours? Or because like here, we would say, oh, on the 21st, I guess, the viewbots weren't working by 4 p.m. But here, if we believe these are viewbots, they were working up till 5 a.m. Maybe so sometime on the 21st. It was the 21st, happened live when Tectone was on. Look at his stream on the 21st. Do you have a timestamp? Because that'd be pretty funny. I feel like it's kind of crazy. In a way, you're giving people kind of a lot of power here, right? Like imagine if the guy that ran like a viewbot service decided he hated you one day, he could leak so much. Apparently Mira went from 2K average to less than 200. Oh, Mira has always been insanely heavily viewbotted. You could tell if you just go visit her stream. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, because she'll have the deadest chat ever at like 2K viewers constantly. That's not surprising at all. So like, what was Tectone? If Tectone was viewbotting, what would you say? He viewbotted like 2K viewers? Lacey. Wait, do we know Lacey? Y'all won't remember this, okay? Because this was back in the day. But one of the funniest memes ever was there was a huge viewbot update, like, fuck me, dude. It was like 10 years ago or something. And there were so many streamers that like went live for a little bit and then turned their streams off. And they were so awkward about it. Like, oh, I think I have a cold today, guys. Or I feel like sick. It was so funny seeing how many people were making excuses up not to stream that day. Yeah, do you remember the Masan stuff? And then I think I think he sold his Twitch channel shortly after that because, oh my God, there's so much background lore for this. So if you don't know, it's just hard to even. Masan showed up one day on stream as like a VTuber, but this was before. I'm not even able to find this. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm like a wolf thing now," but this was like before VTuber, so they didn't call him that. And because I guess the original Masan guy had sold his channel to somebody, and then I don't know. I think that channel just crashed and burned. Honestly, what's the point of viewbotting? Do you make any money from bots, or is it just you can get more money from sponsors? I'd say one might be scamming sponsors. However, if you like, sponsors are never going to renew with you if the conversion is very low. So conversion is generally measured in, well, not measured in, but like a conversion broadly speaks about what percentage of an audience that you show an advertisement to can you convert into some kind of actionable thing. So you might talk about your click-through rates, meaning if you show a thing to 1,000 people, how many people are likely to click through. You might talk about like sales conversions of the people that click through, what percentage of them are likely to buy a thing. If you're heavily hardcore viewbotting, if you're a big streamer, people will generally just pay you based on it's called, I think, CPM, which is like cost per milli or whatever. I don't know. But basically for every 1,000 views, they'll just pay you some flat fee. But if you're not converting any sales, then sponsors just aren't going to continue to work with you because they're like, okay, well, this is just not worth it. We're spending so much money on this guy and we get like no sales conversions whatsoever. So my guess is for people that viewbot, one is you might be able to scam sponsors one time. Two, you might be able to scam the Twitch inbuilt sponsor thing because Twitch has an inbuilt dashboard that lets you do like Twitch approved or Twitch integrated ads. And then three, if you tell somebody that they're hype for long enough, other people will look at the person and think they're hype. You can probably use viewbots to attract viewers, right? Oh, what's this guy doing? He's got 5,000 viewers. I'm going to go and see what's going on his stream. So you get some organic traffic as a result of viewbotting. Twitch has cracked down on bots in the 2 to 3 days, and viewbotters/victims of viewbotting have been exposed. Streamers that are part of groups/orgs are seemingly being botted much more heavily. I don't want to start witch hunts, but the data is interesting. Go see for yourself. The f is this? Do we know? Did he say whose stream this is? How does conversion function with Twitch's ad bounty stuff? They probably just pay out, and if, like, broadly speaking, if the program is bad, then they probably cut rates across the platform, would be my guess. Well, I mean, they should track per person, actually, to see what individuals, and maybe they remove individual streamers from the program if it doesn't level out or whatever. Oh, that's Your Rage Gaming? Damn. I'm retarded. I don't know how to use the website. How do I just see over 1 month? Whatever. Okay, recent streams. Oh, damn. It's always funny watching the first stream when somebody comes back and they can't work the view bots, and they always, I don't know if this happens all the time, but they always stream for like an hour and then they realize the view bots aren't kicking on, so they make up some excuse to leave. I wonder what he said here. Not that I'm accusing him of viewbotting. This could be totally innocuous, by the way, and have nothing to do with... This would have been the... Oh.
I'm not your up. I'm not your up. And you're not.
Is this Zoomer content? What is happening?
Are we back?
Oh, he's having... His whole stream was lagging? Okay, he was having problems.
Do y'all see the move slow? Am I saying?
We good?
Selfie or a picture of herself on her story.
Wait, what was the stream glitch a while ago? I don't remember if it was like Your Rage or if it was Canute. Was it Your Rage where it glitched and it looked like his head was coming out of his head? It was like...
At 4 a.m. in the morning.
All of these streamers use that same version of OBS. Yeah, somebody told me that streamers like all stream to some other server now before their data goes out because they couldn't figure out how to work multi-RTMP or whatever. Have you ever seriously considered viewbotting? No, the problem is once you go down that road, it's a really hard road to come back from. I used to be, listen, okay, I'm not proud to admit this. I think I've talked about this before on stream, okay? I used to be a scum, lowly hacker back in the Brood War days. For all of like 2 months, I think. I had like a mineral hack for ladder. The problem with engaging in behavior like that is the mind will invent so many reasons for why you can, why you should keep doing it, right? Like, oh, like I don't use it that often, or oh, I only use it in bullshit situations where I should have won anyway, or like, well, everybody else is probably using it anyway, or oh, like there yeah. So I feel like as soon as you go down some road where you engage in behavior like that, it's very, very hard to come back from.
We good. Jesus Christ, I think it's right now. We good. Should this on the game, bro?
Jesus. I used to use hacks to stream snipe Destiny and DayZ. Good. I know all of you. Anybody that killed me in any game ever was a hacker. Oh my god, core memory unlocked. Not like Hassan's when he went to Diddy parties with young girls on screens, but back in the Brood War days, I used Name Spoofer because it was funny to name yourself computer and colored letter names. Back when Name Spoofers worked on Brood War, I remember you could just, even if you didn't do anything crazy with it, you could put colors in your names. It would be cute because you'd have colored names in like the lobby screens and everything. And then in game when you were chatting. Aww. I don't understand this. Well, no, I guess I do. I guess I just never did this. Like imagine having 30,000 concurrent viewers and you've got to view bot an extra 10 to 20K. Why? He's probably not botting, but getting botted. That sounds like major cope to me. I could understand somebody view botting somebody illegitimately for like a few days to f with them or whatever, but for over weeks or months? Although it seems like every single OTK person was getting view botted, right? Is that what people were saying? Oh, I bet when people sell sponsors and stuff against your agency, if you can show like very high CCV concurrent viewership across multiple streamers and everything, you can probably pull that together for larger sponsor deals, and the agency takes a cut 10 to 20% or whatever it is for stuff like that. Maybe. No, miskiff. See, like this view bot at least makes sense. If you're getting like 5 to 8K and you view about 10K viewers, now you're at least a 5-digit Andy, 5-figure Andy. Hectone doesn't look like, people are saying he view bot it. Doesn't look like that much though, no? You can click on any streamers you want and then tap streams. From there, I would compare 21, 22, 23 of August performance and match it against usual performance. Gives you a good idea of what's happening. I've been thinking why orgs are bought heavily. Then the answer seemed almost obvious. Talent agencies receive a percentage from ad revenue, their talent does. By inflating their streamers, they can sell massive ad packages in bulk and take in much higher sums. To put simply, fraud. Yeah, maybe this, maybe yeah. Although again, I feel like it'd be hard to have repeat sponsorships because the numbers would be so bad. Because at the end of the day, people are going to know at the end, like how much they're selling to an audience, right? You have like tracker links and everything. You'll know how much you're selling. It doesn't seem like a problem for most people, but it's the silent killer. It kills the industry as a whole. It lowers discoverability for smaller streamers significantly and cuts down their income if they ever make it at all. I did some digging and shared findings with others and found egregious instances of streamers going from 100 viewers daily to 5,000 overnight. I was speechless when I noticed they'd been doing it for years. The worst part, a lot of recent streams ended up being sponsored. Awful. Here's an absolutely abysmal example of this. The fact that this can go on for years without the platform taking action is just sad, really. If Twitch doesn't care, why should anyone? Really? Does he say? Did anybody figure out who the streamer was? Some VTuber. You can always tell too when a blow up is fake, because if you ever look, well, unless the pattern has changed, the way that like a streamer blow up will generally be something like, if somebody's like I don't know why I'm doing this logarithmically. I don't care. If somebody's like a 1K Andy and they've been streaming, and then they have like a huge blow up moment where they get like 50K viewers, generally it'll look like this for like a few days, and then it'll usually drop off to something like this. This is like what a blow up moment generally looks like. Blow up moments will never, ever look like this. That's not a blow up moment. That's artificial viewer inflation. Because typically on a hype moment, what's happening is something hype is happening and a lot of interest is attracted to your stream for the first time. And then if you have a good personality, you can convert these people into loyal viewers. Then some percentage, probably like 10 to 30% of these people, you'll convert to like long-term viewers, but it's never going to be every single person that shows up. That just never happens. Destiny, this example. So the example you use is a random VTuber that had drops on for Marvel Rivals. Date a little different because of time zone. Rivals drops, brother, there is years of data. 3K streamer overnight, nonstop with 0 followers per day. Marbles wasn't out in 2023, Limfe. What are you talking about? Ooh. Wait, what does this 1528 thing mean? Oh, Minecraft speedrun. Oh no. Is this a good example of that? Well, so like this didn't look like a blow up moment. It looks like this person got popular over time, was kind of like slowly growing. Would I say slowly? Maybe? This looks a bit weird. Like this stuff here. I don't know. But I mean, it's hard to generalize too. I'd have to look at the content. Well, I guess I just did generalize. No, I stand by my generalization. Anytime you get a big growth moment that just is super sustained, I just think that's very unusual. Like anytime you have something that looks like this, like these like plateaus of viewership, I think that's like very weird generally. Unless there's like a really good explanation for it. How does anyone ever get away with botting to begin with? Is it not easy to detect? Well, one, there are tons of ways that bots can defeat bot discovery. And then two, there's a lot of ways that, and then two, it's hard to prove that somebody, well, it's impossible to prove that somebody's viewbotting themselves, right? Like imagine banning, like, because let's say that you ban me because I viewbot, and then I say, whoa, bro, I didn't do it. Somebody else, botted me. And you're like, oh, don't care. Well, let's say then that I hate, some streamer. Okay, well, I'm just going to go viewbot some other streamer because I'm going to do that until they get banned. And then now people start viewbotting each other until they get banned, right? Good example here. She blew up from the OnlyFans event, February, March. Can I see how long ago was the OnlyFans thing? Fuck me. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here, though. So they have some concurrent viewership of maybe 200 to 800, and then they have their big, I'm guessing this is kind of like a blow up moment doing the OnlyFans stuff, and it peaks out at whatever this day was. And then after like the hype dies down, it kind of settles out. But look, they settle out to a higher CCV than they had before, right? So now they're averaging twice as much, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 versus the 200 to 500 before. Crazy part is it's the small, mid-sized creator who gets the hardest. These large streamers have driven out hundreds of millions of dollars from multi-billion-dollar companies that have fully pulled out of the marketing space. If you're going to bot for the appearance of having clout, please stop accepting sponsorships. You're fucking everyone else over. Real large creators bring in hundreds of millions of dollars in deals to each respective platform because their own personal deals result in the expected amount of conversions from their real high viewership. However, for viewbotters, this is not the case. Viewbotters who inflate their viewership by 50% or more do not meet conversion requirements. Oh, he's talking about the conversion requirements. They justify the high pay based on the provided inflated numbers. This then results in the companies exiting the space and blaming the space. So viewbotters are literally robbing the entire industry of hundreds of millions of dollars of future revenue for real creators. This happens because when viewbotters accept sponsors, they aren't giving their real viewership. They are instead giving their inflated botted viewership, and botted viewership doesn't convert because they aren't real people. So companies unknowingly pay for their product to be advertised to fake viewers. And when the conversion doesn't meet the viewership provided, they don't blame the thing, which they don't understand, viewbotting. They instead blame the market for not being a right fit for their product and fully exit. This is probably true. This is probably the most mature, like intelligent Twitch or train wrecks tweet I've seen regarding viewbotting on Twitch. I don't know how. It would be interesting if any company spoke about this publicly. I don't know if they would. There might be reasons why they would never speak about this publicly. But somebody said earlier, Destiny, have you seen the video about Myth's blow up during Fortnite and fall off afterwards? Actually insane. No. And I don't even understand it that well. One of the things I used to say back when I was like a professional gamer is I'd always said that you had like 3 buckets of viewership loyalty. You have like your first bucket is like some hype event is going on. This is like when you have the most viewers. And then the second bucket is like doing the thing that you specialize in. And then the third thing is like viewers that will follow you anywhere. The reason why back in my StarCraft 2 days, I was so envious of like variety streamers is that their viewership would follow them literally no matter what they did. Whereas if you were a pro gamer, your viewership is basically always going to be stuck here. And the goal was always to convert people into more loyal fan categories. And Myth was a massive Fortnite streamer. Or at least for the time, it was considered massive, right? Myth was like a 5-figure viewer streamer, I believe, right? Like 10K, 15, 20K concurrent viewership. Am I exaggerating that a little bit? Myth had a huge viewership, but then when Fortnite died, he lost everything. He became like a 3-figure viewer streamer, which is ordinary for people that just are good at a game but don't have like very attractive like personalities. Like you just don't whatever. Like they're good at a game, but that was it. But I feel like Myth is like really funny. Every interaction I see him in with other streamers, he seems like a funny dude. He seems like a cool guy. He seems like I don't know. I don't understand why. I don't understand how that fall off happened so dramatically. Wait, Myth is only triple digit viewers? Yeah, or like low triple digit too, I think, right? Like 400 or something. I don't know how. A lot of people say you could do anything, people would still watch. Or do you think if Forsen went on a mass murder spree, he would still get the same viewers? Well, some people have just built like a viewership base and then like a community around those viewers. And those viewers will probably never leave. Like I'm sure I have several thousand of those types of viewers, hopefully. Forsen definitely does. I feel like people like Moon and Northern Lion have as well. Like these guys are kind of siloed off in that they have their own viewer base and they will watch them through almost no matter what. Yeah. Average viewers. Jesus. Yeah, 20, 30, 40,000. This was in 2018. And then in 2019, it was like 2 to 5,000 maybe. And then in 2020, there was a little bitty kind of blow up thing. And then, Jesus. Oh, I wonder how much going to YouTube. I think he was one of the people that took a YouTube deal, right? Maybe that him too, maybe?